The imbalance that we have among American society and indigenous society is that we need a language. We need to retrieve the language of the humanity or of the people. Teach them the cultural skills, how the importance of having food, cooking food, the importance of weaving.
I think for Native people, the preservation of language, tradition, and community becomes a first priority because of that feeling of connectedness and identity.
Hopefully everybody's here so we can build a Hogan. A lot of you probably know what a Hogan is. A Hogan is an earth lodge, and it represents a community. It represents a nation. We need to return back to the human teaching of humanity, which is their culture, their own culture. And that's the only way we can understand our environment, each other, as a race of different races of people. And so they want to do a school. And since the government restricts any kind of building, the local leaders want to go ahead and build something. So we're raising money to bring in supplies and build that school for them. So that's why this program is called To Build a Hogan.
I'm really happy to hear that there's a desire to build this Hogan as some kind of a cultural resource. And I mean, that takes a lot of guts to do. She is going to be breaking the law to allow that Hogan to be built. And one of the things that made me really sad at this 30-year anniversary was that people from the community were even afraid to come to a celebration of their sovereignty.
A school that the elders can start teaching the young people, a lot of the younger generation. We're losing our language, we're losing the respect that we have as human beings, and we're losing the skills, the cultural skills that was taught.
And what we're attempting to do is actually create a new expression of Native American studies here at the University of New Mexico that really is built around this idea or a concept of building Native nations, and with a more specific and in-depth attention to rebuilding and revitalizing Native communities or sustainable Native community.
4 summers we did a traditional and contemporary arts and crafts day camp / survival school, where I had several people come up to me and say, my kids, who now are in their 20s, still talk about that. And the reason they talk about that, it was all about cultural preservation, letting the grandmas and the uncles and the grandpas and the aunties share those cultural activities and cultural values.
So all in all, we hope that we've given students a firm foundation based on research and in-depth knowledge to be able to truly preserve, maintain, and maybe really sustain Native culture and community.